You're standing in the dim light of a bar, and your gaze lands on her. Everything inside you freezes. Then that familiar symphony of anxiety begins. Your heart beats faster, your palms grow damp, and a whirlwind of thoughts races through your mind. What do I say? How do I start? How do I make an impression? This moment of paralysis, when words get stuck in your throat and your body stops responding, this isn't random. It's the logical outcome of how your mind has been programmed. The entire model of interacting with women that's been imposed on you is built on a fundamental lie. Your whole life you've heard the same mantra, just be confident, as if confidence were a suit you could put on whenever you felt like it. This advice is the most destructive myth. Real confidence isn't manufactured artificially or built from a template. It unfolds from within, like a flower blooming. It's already there inside you, woven into your very nature, but buried under the weight of social expectations, others' judgments, and imposed standards. The deep truth isn't about fear of her rejection. The real fear that paralyzes you is the fear of being seen, that she'll notice the crack in your facade, the vulnerability you've been hiding so carefully, even from yourself. But that crack, that vulnerability, that's not your flaw. It's your most valuable resource, the bridge to genuine connection. The first key realization: confidence isn't a mask you wear. It's a state of complete presence in the moment. You spend hours memorizing clever lines from pickup books, rehearsing jokes in the mirror. Your stressed-out brain frantically cycles through prepared scripts. Meanwhile, she, the woman, isn't really hearing your words. She's reading your internal state like an open book. Your frantic energy, your need for approval, your unspoken question, am I good enough? This is what I call the one-way game. As long as your focus is on getting something from her, her attention, her approval, her phone number, you're emitting the vibrations of a hungry man. And a hungry man, no matter how clever, is never truly attractive. Healthy attraction only blossoms in the space between two whole individuals, two people already full in their own self-worth. The second fundamental insight: your body is having a silent conversation that speaks far louder than anything you say. Remember your last attempt at approaching someone. You might have said all the right things, even sounded witty. But what was your body saying? Hunched shoulders that strained half-smile, shallow and irregular breathing, eyes that dart around, unable to hold a gaze. Without even realizing it, she trusted not the content of your speech, but this silent language of your body that screamed relentlessly, I'm uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't belong here. This is the dictatorship of physiology. Your brain and your body are one interconnected system. You can't trick your body with positive thoughts, but you can reboot your mind by starting with your body, through straightened posture, through deep, diaphragmatic breathing, through consciously slowing down every movement, even the smallest ones. The third revelation that changes everything: attraction isn't a target to pursue. It's a natural byproduct. You're used to focusing on her, on how to make her interested, how to evoke emotions in her. This is the classic trap. Your real focus should be on you, on your inner world, on how absorbed and passionate you are about your own life. When you're genuinely engaged with your work, your goals, your state of being, you inadvertently become magnetic. Not because you're trying to be interesting, but because you stop trying and simply are interesting. This is the effort paradox. The less you deliberately try to make people like you, the more attractive you become. The less emotionally invested you are in any particular outcome of an interaction, the more positive outcomes you ultimately receive. This isn't esoteric wisdom, it's a fundamental law of human psychology and energy exchange. The fourth insight: real communication isn't about transmitting data from one person to another. It's an exchange of internal states. You're obsessed with what line to deliver next. But the real question is, who do you feel yourself to be in this very moment? You're not just a collection of words and social masks. You are, first and foremost, a vibration, a specific frequency, an atmosphere you carry within you. When you walk into a room, people subconsciously read not your resume or list of achievements. They read your inner frequency, your emotional tone. This is the silent dialogue of souls. Before the first word is even spoken, there are those critical first 3 to 4 seconds. In that brief moment, she's already scanned and read you completely. Your inner story, your relationship with yourself, your nonverbal status. The core decision, whether she's interested in you or not, is often made before verbal communication even begins. The real pain doesn't come from that particular woman rejecting you. The pain is born from you rejecting yourself first. You did it even before you approached her, because deep down you felt and believed that you weren't good enough, interesting enough, valuable enough. But what if you embraced a different reality? What if you're already sufficient? What if this chronic insecurity is just an old, ingrained mental habit? Just a neural pathway, a track in your brain that you've been reinforcing for years, and that you can now consciously reroute by creating a new pathway. Starting today, you begin practicing a new, completely different ritual. This isn't about external preparation for conversation. This is a deep, internal ritual of returning home, to yourself. Next time, before you approach, pause for a moment. Take one truly deep and conscious breath. Feel your feet planted firmly on the ground. Shift all your attention from her, to you, to your physical body, to your inherent right to occupy space in this world. You're not coming to ask for permission to exist. You're declaring your presence by the very fact of it. Stop searching for your reflection in her eyes, for that mirror that would prove your worth. Understand this. You are not a petitioner begging for validation. You are the source of that worth. Not a consumer of approval, but its generator. Your self-worth is an axiom. It requires no external proof. It either exists or it doesn't, and that is your internal decision to make. Consciously shift your focus. Move from the goal of making her like you to the goal of getting to know her. Become not a performer, but an explorer. Show genuine, living curiosity. In today's world, authentic, unfeigned interest in another person has become the rarest and most valuable currency of connection. Redefine the very purpose of your interaction. Your mission isn't to extract a phone number at any cost. Your mission is to have a quality, meaningful exchange, even if it lasts only a minute. Just 60 seconds. But 60 seconds where you are completely yourself. Without defensive masks. Without that internal strain and desperate need to prove anything. And that's when the real magic happens, when you release control. You stop the internal battle. You quit trying to sell yourself. You start simply communicating. As one whole person connecting with another whole person. And this simple, authentic human interaction reveals itself as the most powerful force of attraction in the entire universe. Confidence isn't some new skill you need to acquire. Quite the opposite, it's what you need to be freed from. You liberate yourself from the obsessive need to constantly impress. From the fear of being rejected and misunderstood. From the old, destructive habit of constantly devaluing yourself and making unfavorable comparisons. You don't become confident, like the workshops promise. You return to yourself, to that original whole I that you have always been, to the state you were in before the world started convincing you that you were insufficient. So the next time your gaze falls upon her, don't rehearse a monologue in your head. Don't calculate the odds of success. Just remind yourself of the one single, most important thing. Everything you are searching for in her eyes, the acceptance, the approval, the confirmation of your significance, is already within you. Just stop looking for it outside yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to give you what only you can give yourself. Make that inner turn, and your world will change forever.